So, I have been playing the Black Ops 4 multiplayer beta just for the last day or so now since it properly released, and I feel like I put enough hours into the game, or the beta so far, to really give a good representation and have a good idea of things that I think can be improved, things that I think should not be improved and I should say the same, or just things that should be scrapped entirely. So I just want to start off by saying as well that originally I had not renewed my PlayStation Plus subscription for going on about 4 to 5 months. Now when the beta came out, I ended up actually renewing my subscription just to play this beta, and ended up going out and buying a code just so I actually participate in the open or in the closed beta to actually see what it's like, because as someone who played Call of Duty all the way back since Call of Duty 4, I've wanted to get back into the series, but since Advanced Warfare I've never really had the drive to actually return back to Call of Duty and play it like I used to. But I came back in World War II and it was good for the first few months, but then the content was just not there for me and the microtransactions were just being shoved down my throat, so I ended up falling back from World War II and I just completely stopped playing Call of Duty. I didn't really touch it again, to be honest. But with Black Ops 4 taking a more tactical approach, and I've put tactical in quotation marks, it's a new start I think for Call of Duty, so I want to go over some points that I think are good, some that are bad, and things that I feel like could be tweaked and could be improved upon. So I just want to start off by saying this is not a sponsored video. I mean, look at my channel, no big to be sponsored by it, or to be sponsored by Treyarch to even play this game, but yeah. So this is just going to be an unbiased review. No promotion, no paid promotion in this. This is just straight from me about how I feel about the game. So I just want to start off by saying, the good things and the bad things. Obviously, two different sides, but we're going to start with the good things. So I feel like the more tactical approach in this Call of Duty is definitely a good thing for the series. I feel like Call of Duty multiplayer has really needed some more tacticality to it, because before it was just a run around and shoot. But I do feel like a lot of people do enjoy just the run around and shooting. I mean, personally I did, but I do like the more tactical style of games, like for example Rainbow Six Siege. I love the tacticality in that, because you've actually got to plan yourself out, you got to think about your ammo count and all this other stuff, and like the way you play, enemy positions, all that stuff. So I personally do enjoy the more tactical shooters, but I can see why some people might not enjoy this Call of Duty for the tacticality side of it, but more for just like the general run around and shoot. Another good thing I'd probably say is just the maps so far seem really solid. I have not come across a map that I haven't wanted to play. Now in the beta not all the maps are going to be available, obviously, because it's only the beta, but the maps so far that I played in the beta do appear to be quite solid maps, and I have actually found myself enjoying them all, which is quite surprising. Normally I find maps that I just want to really steer clear of, but in this beta so far I really enjoyed the maps, and I thought they were I feel like they're quite balanced. As a Call of Duty vet, like map layout and like map lanes are quite important to maps being good or maps being bad, and spawns especially. I feel like the spawns in this game, one of the maps which have been shown in the beta, which we can play, I feel like the spawns are pretty good. You can't really spawn trap, at least from what I can see, TDM. Lanes are quite good. There's also ways to flank different common spots, so I feel like the maps are quite solid. So hopefully the rest of the maps in Black Ops 4, when it does eventually release in October, will be the same. It'll be nice solid maps, and hopefully spawn trapping won't really be an issue, but hopefully not. Another good thing I'll probably say is the weapons do feel like they actually pack a punch, and they do feel like solid to use. There were some weapons in previous Call of Duty games, like when you shot them, that you didn't really feel like you had much of a response to them, I'd say. But with this game the weapons do definitely feel like they pack a punch. I'd say my favourite weapons so far would probably be the MX9 submachine gun, and for assault rifle I'd like to go with just the ICR, because they just feel like such solid weapons and they seem to just drop people pretty quickly. But I will go on to health and like the TTK in a moment, but yeah, definitely those two weapons are going to be my two personal favourites from this beta. But maybe, I mean, currently, what level am I so far? I'm only currently level 22, and they've actually upped the level cap to, I think it's 39 now, so more weapons will be able to be unlocked, which will be perfect. So yeah, that's it for the weapons. I'm going to quickly bring on a bad point, and I mentioned a second ago about the time to kill, or the TTK. The time to kill in this game is incredibly high. Normally base health is 100, but in this game it's been raised up to 150. For some people this is better because you can like stay alive for a lot longer, but also yes, the weapons do pack a punch, but a submachine gun at close range now takes around 4 to 5 bullets to kill. In previous Call of Duty games, it take about probably 2 to 3 to kill at close range. But at long range, you're going to be lucky unless you're landing headshots, or unless you're some like really good player who can hit their shots at long range. It's going to feel like it's going to take a while to like drop your targets from long range. So just keep that in mind when you are playing the beta. Long range engagements and SMGs up close are not going to be as good because the TTK is quite high as the health is now 150. Another bad thing I'd say in this game is the armor. You can equip armor in your gear, so on your creator class, like body armor, and it will basically give you extra health, or it will like reduce like the amount of damage that you take. I feel like this is a bit broken because anyone can equip it, and unless you have the armor piercing round equipped on your weapon, it's pretty much game over if they get a shot on you, because your gun isn't going to be able to kill them unless you hit a headshot. But I do feel like the body armor is quite broken and it does need some tweaking, but hopefully something come about it, because I do feel like it's gonna definitely change the meta. Because a lot of people I come across either use the stim shot or they use the body armor. I don't see anyone's really using the cosmic device or the equipment charge. It's mostly just body armor and stim shot. And actually, speaking about the stim shot, using it, you can use it so quick. Like you can use it once, wait like 3 or 4 seconds, then you can use it again. So what people will often do, they'll charge at you, get a few shots, take some damage, then they will use a stim shot and come straight back into the action. I feel like the stim, like the time, like the cooldown for the stim shots needs to be increased, like maybe every 7 to 8 seconds. At the moment you can just pop one, go into a gunfight, take some damage. By the time you're done with that, you can just pop it again. So I do feel like it needs to be tweaked a bit, because you can just spam it, and yes, I get it, it's more tactical, but I feel like for the average player who's trying to get better, it's just promoting. You can just camp. Even in this game, you can just camp, you can just stim shot whenever you take damage, but that's what I feel like it needs to be changed. The stim shot duration, the cooldown needs to be increased, so you can't just keep on running into different gunfights and just healing every single time. But also I do feel like when you heal as well, you do gain health really quickly, which I guess is the whole point of stim shot, but it could be slowed down just a little bit more, so it's not like or if they don't reduce the cooldown for the stim shot, they should reduce the amount of health you gain gradually, because it goes up really quick. They should shorten that duration, make it a bit slower so you get health back slower, but the cooldown's sort of the same with a stim shot, so you're not just being able to get back straight back into another gunfight. That's just my personal opinion. Some people might like the way a stim shot is. Personally, I think it could be improved upon and shortened down, but that's just my opinion. some people may agree, some people may disagree. Another good thing I'd probably say is the score streaks. The models for the score streaks, looking right now on the score streak menu, they look, they've been reused from other games. You've got the R60, you've got the care package, typical Black Ops, score streaks. You've got the UAV, the Hellstorm and the Light Striker both made a return from Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. Got the attack helicopter, but the models, looking at the score streak models, on the board, in the lobby, they don't look like very high quality icons. And to me, it doesn't really bother me personally, but I've seen a lot of people in the community bring this point up, and I just thought I'd bring it in just because some people just don't like the icon. I haven't got a problem. I don't really change my score streak around too much. I just basically run UAV, Hellstorm, attack helicopter. I don't really bother changing mine around, but for some people, they do get a bit annoyed that the icons for the score streaks aren't that high quality. But for me, I don't care. But that's one of the things that people in the community have been bringing up. One thing I'm going to bring up about the beta on the PS4, at least I haven't got a PS4 Pro. I've just got a standard PlayStation 4. The beta does not run in 60 FPS. It feels more like 30 to 45 frames per second, and I get it. It's a beta. It's not the full game. It's not going to run at 60 FPS. But Treyarch have had 3 years, preparing this game, and I feel like with the beta they could have done 60 FPS, with the beta, given that they've had 3 years to actually focus on the game and build it. But I do understand that, you know, it's a beta, they're trying to find improvements and bugs to fix for the full game. So, you know, I'll let the 60 FPS one slide, and plus the game doesn't feel bad. It does feel quite smooth, even without it being 60 FPS. But that's just one point I'm going to bring up. Another point I'm going to bring up as well is connection issues. I've only experienced this once out of my whole, like, around like a day playtime. But I've seen YouTubers like FaZe who's had multiple games with multiple different connection issues. I imagine just because the servers are being flooded right now, people are just trying to get on and play. But hopefully this should be resolved with like, well, with, you know, like a future patch or whatever. But I've only had it done to me once, and it was only a brief like end of the game, like end kill cam. So, you know, it wasn't really too much of a detriment to me. But I can see why some people will get annoyed with the connection issues. But yeah, that's definitely gonna have to be it for Black Ops 4, guys. I've got some more talks about Black Ops 4 regarding the Black Ops Pass and, you know, the Blackout beta coming up in September. So if you want me to talk about anything more Black Ops 4 related or anything else gaming related, make sure to leave a comment below about what you want me to talk about. If you guys could subscribe to the channel, that would mean a lot to me. It would help you to keep up to date with all of my new content. Like the video if you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.
We'll be right back.